Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. If my energy level is low, you guys all know why. The Knicks just dropped a game that in such a fashion that truly is pretty painful because, our big two did not show up. As you can see it right there, Randall and Barrett combined for 4 of 24. And they just look lost. Honestly, I don't know what they were thinking. First, I want to give props to Atlanta. Their defense, they came out with some tremendous defensive intensity. They held us to 35.8% shooting overall, 30% from behind the arc. Their defensive scheme worked. Or I don't know. I mean, yeah, I do know that they applied defensive pressure, but the Knicks still could have responded. I am I'm struggling for words, but the word that I have I'm disgusted. That's the word that I can come up with right now. I'm totally disgusted with the response. Sorry, let me check here. I forgot to even. Oh man, I'm disgusted, man. Seriously, I'm just like fucking. This is fucking a load of bullshit. Hold on, just give me a second, guys. I'm gonna get this all going so I can see the chat and everything. Sorry about that. Big task. Welcome. Guillermo Becker. Welcome. Hey, Verse. Hope all is well. This was incredibly disappointing. It really was. I gotta say, I'm shocked. I'm shocked at the level of incompetence on the offensive end. Like, think, the Hawks only scored 105 points on us. That they scored less than they scored in the game one. So it wasn't. I mean, the defense, of course, the Hawks hit some shots. Let's see what the Hawks did. I mean, they hit some shots. I mean, they were almost 52%. I mean, so they hit their shots, but we forced a lot of turnovers. The rebounding, we actually out rebounded them. We won the free throw war. So salute, brother Contreras. Salute, Roberto. Guillermo, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Big task. Please just drop all your questions, all your feelings in the chat, where it's going to be a back and forth. It's going to be one of those nights. It's going to be one of those nights where I'm going to vent. I'm going to vent a lot, and hopefully it's like I'll be venting. I'll be echoing your emotions in this, and I'll be adding some some insight to what happened. And unfortunately, the major insight that I have, why RJ playing like Alfred on the rip. Great comment. One thing, we have to take a moment. This was a terrible loss. Cheers to you all. If you drink a beverage, clink with me. Roberto, you got a cycle here? Free Pele. Hey, you know what? The defense wasn't our usual defense, obviously, but we held them to 105 points. Even though we gave up 52% from behind the arc, we still forced a lot of turnovers. We made them run the clock down, which is really important because that helps limit the amount of possessions. But this game, I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I know a lot of people think, hey, I'm the guy who gives the positive spin. And I will when there's a positive spin to give. I will. Absolutely. There's no positive spin here. There is none. They played like shit. That's just the reality of it. And unfortunately, the majority of the fault of that falls upon for number one, it falls upon Julius Randle. He's the all-star. He's the second team All-NBA-esque player. RJ is still 20 years old. The burden of carrying a team is not on his shoulders. He has a former MVP on his team. He has an assassin like Burks. He has a lockdown defender. He has like the prototypical, in fact, maybe I would say one of the top 5 to 10 3-and-D wings in the game in Bullock on his team. And he has an All-NBA-esque type player who won the MIP. So to put this on RJ is completely, unfortunately, we have to. We have to give him some of the burden because he is our number 2. That's just the way the team is structured. We just didn't rise to the occasion. Sorry. I got, okay, I got to put my, hold on, Z. I got to put my headset on. We have our one of our special guests, Zach Z from for our love of the game. Give some great insight. I'm gonna bring him in. I just have to put this on so I can hear him. All right, welcome everybody. Just keep dropping your comments in the chat. Hopefully, I can get I'll get to all of them. Zach, welcome, brother. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. Hopefully I can be a better Robin to your Batman than RJ's bum ass.
Jesus, man. Jesus.
But I don't get the whole 20 years old narrative. Yeah, I could understand if he's not performing in the regular season or he's not taking that next step to stardom, but he quote unquote did. He needs to do better than what he's doing.
Absolutely.
It's pathetic. I mean, at this point, him and Julius, it's pathetic. You can't even say it's just their first playoffs. They'll be fine because it's Trae Young's first playoffs. It's Collins. It's all these guys' first playoff too. This is the 2 least experienced playoff teams, like pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. So, the only thing is the thing about the RJ flaming, which is going to happen. The kid is 20. Okay. He has not even played like 2 full seasons yet. Randall is 26. He's looking for that max contract, and they were both -9. Both -9.
That doesn't even do it justice.
I know.
How bad they both were.
Exactly. It doesn't do it justice. I'm just saying, yes, RJ shit the bed, like babies do. Babies sometimes shit themselves. Sometimes the shit comes, sometimes it's so much shit, it gets through the seams of the diaper.
Blows out on your shoulder when you're carrying them.
Exactly. It's like, but that's what babies do. But you know what? When your kid's 5 or 6 years old, you want them to hit the bowl. And Randall missed the bowl. Randall, it was all over. I mean,
he fucked the dog on this one. That's another one. He fucked the dog. Pardon my French, but yeah, I'm upset.
Yeah. I'm disgusted. Honestly, I'm disgusted.
I'm trying to keep it as PG as I can.
Heck in here. Hey, Heck, if you want to join, you're welcome to join, Heck.
Is that my Heck?
Yeah, it's your Heck. You want to forward him the link? Can you forward him the link?
I'm on my phone, so I won't be able
to. Okay.
If you could text it to him, if you have his number.
I don't have his text. That's the only thing.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Send it to me. I'll put me. Yeah, I'll come back. I'll leave and come back. Just send me.
No, don't worry about it. I'll put it in the stream. Okay. All right. Oh, man. Who do we got here? Big Task, Guillermo. Francis Abogado, welcome. Okay, let me read some of the chats. Sorry, guys. The problem is Randall. Yes. RJ got Sayo Pal game. I'm not sure what that means. Neither one can dunk from. Dude, what the fuck was Randall doing in that one play under the rim? I think it was the third quarter. It's like, dude, just fucking dunk the ball. If they foul you, if you get blocked, it gets blocked. Don't try to finesse the shit. We're past that. This is the playoffs. The playoffs. Dunk the ball, man. Jesus. Sorry about cursing. I used the Lord's name in vain and everything, but free Luka. Free Luka. Well, as you know, my boy Keys from Sports Vibes TV, he is on the Luka Vildoza story. If you guys are gonna, just keep checking his channel. He's got all the latest updates on him. For all we know, this is the game that's gonna bring Luka to this team. For all we know, just dunk exactly. Jesus, and same with RJ. When he ran down the court, he had the guy beat, and then he tried to I don't know what he was doing. What is it that he's doing? You've been playing this game your whole fucking life, man. What the fuck? You're playing against other great players. When that happens, you have to put them in the worst position possible by going all the way to the rim. The finesse, the days of finesse are over. This is the time where you inflict your pain on them, and the reverse happened. The Hawks inflicted their pain on us. And we lost this game 105-94. I am disgusted by this response. But I'm going to put a little positive spin on it for a second. Just like I thought we were going to lose game one, I feared we were going to lose this game as well. I did. And I still believe that the Knicks can win this series. And that comes down to merely the fact that game 5 is at the Garden and game 7 is at the Garden. So we have to win Sunday. We win Sunday, all this goes away. This is what happens sometimes. I said it before last time, it's a boxing match. I know boxing is not that popular anymore. And I'm not a big fan of boxing either. It's a brutal fucking sport, but it's also fascinating. It really is. I mean, I in my era, I watched some incredible boxing. Sugar Ray and Hagler. Oh man, Tommy Hearns. Oh man, it's some incredible. Tommy Hearns, am I right? I saw some incredible matches. It's just each round, the other guy comes out and just inflicts his fucking punishment on the other guy. And then the other guy's got to go in his corner, lick his wounds, get cleaned up, and come out and respond. So now we have to respond on Sunday. But I'll tell you, the way we lost this game kind of it removes a little bit of that certainty that I had that we were going to really rise to the challenge. The way this game was handled was a big disappointment. It's a humongous disappointment. I mean, I thought the first quarter was going to be the whole story, and we finished that quarter up 31-29. And I'm on this chat with Keith from Sports Vibes TV and JD. I hope JD joins. Oh, sorry. Here we go. We got Zach back. Sorry, Zach. We're like chatting back and forth. And I just thought, you know what? This little period in the beginning, the first half of the second quarter, I thought, okay, the first unit of the Knicks is going to come back in and they're going to respond. And then this is it. The exact reverse happened. It was the Hawks who came out and responded, and that was the game. Yep. That was the game because you'll be surprised to hear this. Maybe not. Maybe you will. We won the second half, 50-47. We won the second half.
Yep.
Zach, you talk.
No. I just hope people that blamed Elfrid Payton for every single freaking thing that went wrong finally realize that it wasn't his fault. Because now what happens is you take Elfrid out of the starting lineup, put Derrick Rose in the starting lineup. The starting lineup plays with zero flow because they know Derrick is the only one with the hot hand, so they let him cook. And now the second unit's garbage. Burks plays off of Derrick Rose, and they play off each other along with Quickly. You need that dynamic in the second unit. That was a mistake by Tibbs. That was a giant mistake to start Derrick Rose.
Yeah,
because now who's gonna come off the bench and spell Derrick Rose?
Well, we had another guy. We had another guy to start. Frank. Yeah,
you'd have the same thing. A good defender who can't play,
absolutely
who can't
not.
Rebound, who can't score.
I totally disagree with that.
Well, when does he prove that he can score?
At least Frank can hit the three.
When
I don't think Alfred has hit a shot since my son was 11 years old.
Frank had literally hit 3 threes this year out of fucking 8. So everybody thinks, oh, he's a 40% 3-point shooter.
Exactly.
Whoop-de fuck. Whoop-de fuck.
Well,
I bet you if Dwight Howard shoots 1 3
Zach,
in
either way, the Knicks had the lead in the first quarter.
Yeah, but they played shitty defense without these guys, without Frank or Alfred on the court. Derrick Rose can't stop Trae Young. The other guys can at least contain him at times.
That's true.
That's the difference.
They could, but still, it's not like we lost this game, 138 to 94. It was 105.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is that first quarter set the tempo. So I feel like strongly, like Alfred had a decent start the last game. He got John Collins in foul trouble, had a few good defensive plays, and if we would have started out with a lead with whoever it is, Frank, Alfred, a defensive-minded guard, right?
Yeah.
And we start out with the lead, then guess who comes in and makes it bigger? Derrick Rose, Emmanuel Quickley, Alec Burks. So instead of but you don't have that dynamic anymore because Rose is in the starting lineup playing all these minutes. He was fried. But he gave us, let's see. He gave us 30 points. He gave us 30 points, 13 of 21. Trae, what did Trae have? Trae had 21 points. Trae was a +9. Trae was actually the least productive player on that first unit. He's a cocky little, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what? We're gonna win game 4. We're gonna win it on Sunday. But
do better. We're doing a watch along on our show, so hopefully we bring some mojo.
Oh, you are? Maybe I'll join in for a little part of that. Join in for that part.
We need your mojo.
Yeah. I mean,
we're both very upset.
We're very upset
for the energy.
Here's the thing. This is just to get past all of this
therapy.
This stuff
therapy.
It is therapy. Look, this game was crucial. It's a very important game. I posted that the team that wins game 3 in a 1-1 tie usually wins 70-something% of the time. But that means that 30% of the time, 27% of the time, the other team wins. So it doesn't, there's still plenty of time. The Knicks have a great defense, and our 2 best players have played like shit for 3 games. So the odds that will happen again for a 4th game, they reduce every game they tick by. It's just the way numbers go. Now, I know a lot of people say, "Oh, no. Some people just don't respond in the postseason." That's not the way that's not the way it really works, because it's all up here. People just have to acclimate themselves to the moment. And we have a great coaching staff. They're going to respond. They're going to have a game plan for Julius because he's the key. At the end of the day, Julius is the key. Yes, the ball was in Rose's hands, but without Julius responding, we're not going to get anywhere. We're not going to get anywhere, and he has to respond.
It's so
he hit 2 buckets, and those 2 buckets were 3-pointers. He didn't hit anything from inside the arc.
Take it for what it's worth, man. It's at the end of the third quarter. To be positive, I did see a good response from Julius to end that third.
Mm-hmm.
He had a couple of good defensive plays. He hit a 3. He went to the rack, got to the free throw line twice, and he had a couple of very nice passes. Now let's also spin this sort of positive to try to help me with Julius Randle, because he probably should be averaging about 13 assists a game if people would just hit their open shots he gives. Like he's literally playmaking well. He's getting people open shots. He's not scoring well.
I'm going to counter that, Zach. I hear what you're saying, and he's right. But the problem is he's not getting the ball to people in their pocket like he was doing in the regular season. Right. How many times did we see RJ or Reggie have to jump and leap, or go this way to get the pass. And then by the time they regroup, that defender, that space that was there is gone because they regroup and the defender's in their face, and then they have to force a shot. Or they try
a lot of nice dump offs for layups, and he has to get better. I'm not saying he doesn't, but I'm saying he's not trying to play hero ball, trying to force the ball into the basket. He's trying to pass the ball. He's just thinking too much.
He's thinking too much. And we're missing Mitch.
Yeah.
We're missing Mitch.
Coming back. You see how much he weighs right now? He weighed in at 272 pounds.
Good. I want him big. I want him thick.
Not off a foot injury.
I want a redwood in there. I want a big giant redwood version of Mitch. I would rather take a less limber version of Mitch and have a thicker version of him with still that incredible athleticism that he has. There's like a good sweet spot in between.
Oh, gained about 25 pounds right after a foot injury, though. That ain't the best. That doesn't call for minutes.
That's true.
But another thing is, if we Knicks fans, please, and I got to tell myself this. I got to say, Zach, please listen to what you're saying, even though it's hard. But if we win Sunday, we get home court advantage back. So it's a must win.
Look,
Sunday is a must win.
It's a must win, and game 2 was a must win, and they responded. So I have a 68% hope that they'll take care of business on Sunday.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Oh man. So, question for you, and I don't know, maybe the chat can help answer. If Julius plays like this all series, do we even think about trading him in the offseason?
No.
Do you still max him?
With the max conversation, I think there's ample room with now. I mean, there always has been. I think there's space. I think maybe you and I have talked about this. There's a 2+1 scenario where he signs for, it's not a full max. He gives flexibility to the team to be able to bring in another max guy. And then it gives him the option to, if he delivers next year, the way he did this year, he can opt out. I think there's a lot of flexibility in there. But
I'm definitely taking the team option and letting him prove it again.
Well, I don't think it's going to be a team option. It would be a player option.
No, what I'm saying, like right now, we have an $18 million team option.
Oh no, we're taking. So well, we have that. That's the thing. We have that in our pocket. So unfortunately, he's weakened his negotiating position by the way he's played the past 3 games. So it's increased our. Yeah, right. We just, we use our option. We have him next year. What is it from like
18 million?
That's it. 18. Yeah. Or whatever it is, it's
under 20. That's for sure.
Okay,
at least I could be wrong, but still, it's cheap compared to his production in the regular season.
23. Oh, Roberto says 23 mil. It might be up to 23 mil. It might be because it might be the 4. It might be the 4 guaranteed plus. Like extending him. So,
got it.
Either way, I mean, we're not in this position without him.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just some of
it's just a conversation piece. I'm not saying I truly believe letting him go or anything. It's just something we got to talk about with how bad
we got to talk about it. And believe me, we Keith and JD and I, we talk about it all the fucking time.
It's sad,
what to do with him.
I wanted so bad for him and RJ just have a great postseason. Even if
What's up, Tom? What's up, Tom Herrera? So I'm gonna do some shout outs to the chat.
Man.
Sorry, man. What's up, fellas? Welcome. Kai Wang, welcome. Heck, is Heck gonna join us or what?
From what I heard, his mic and everything's not set up. He's also probably very depressed like I am. So we'll probably have to catch us on.
Sometimes it's good to talk it out though. Like you said, it's therapy, talk therapy.
Yeah, it's just, oh my God. I was debating coming on because I didn't know if my potty mouth could resist.
Yeah, this is a free forum here. This is a free forum. I totally respect Ron and man, and I love that. This is the darker version.
In that case, Julius Randle, this is for you right here. This middle finger right here.
Hey, he's probably doing that to himself in the mirror. That's one thing I love about Julius and this whole team. they're not going to make excuses, which is why I believe that they can respond on Sunday. Because if they are like walking away from this thinking, oh, well, this happened to refs. No, they're not going to make excuses. They're going to own it, and they're going to come out on Sunday, and they're going to give their best effort. Whether that's good enough on Sunday or not, we will see.
That's a different story. Yeah, they do always fight.
They always fight.
If I was Tibbs, I wouldn't have brought Rose or any of them back in the game. Rose was playing well, but the game was over.
Well,
down 15 with 2 minutes left. The game was over.
By that point, yeah.
So in my opinion, but I still would have left Rose in there up to that point. But Randall and RJ were out of the game for me at 5 minutes left.
I just want people to understand. I want people to understand something about the game of basketball. We know I love Derrick Rose. I've dropped tons of videos about him. I love him. But you just can't win in today's NBA by taking endless 2-pointers. You have to create opportunities behind the arc. You have to. Now, if those guys miss, they miss. Derrick Rose was the least efficient player in plus minus in the starting unit. He was a minus 16.
Why he comes off the bench.
Now, he played the most minutes too. So that's 39 minutes. That also impacts it because the plus minus is a direct correlation to how many minutes you're on the court. So there is that as well.
It's a flawed stat.
It's a flawed stat to an extent.
Yeah.
If you use it correctly, it shows you the failings in it. Now, he hit 3 of 5 from behind the arc, which is sensational, obviously. But this is my question. If you can hit 3 of 5, why don't you fucking take 5 more?
Because Derrick is the type of player where he has to take them in rhythm in his flow. Like he's not he's not like Trey. He can't just sit there and take a 3 whenever he wants. It's got to be in the flow of an offense. You don't want Derrick Rose shooting 10 threes.
Tonight I did. He was hitting them
good threes. But I'm saying you don't want him just like off the dribble, step back. Trying to force a 3 like a Trae Young can or other guys can. You don't want him doing that.
Yeah, no, you don't want that. But we have a point forward on our squad.
Yep.
He could help.
We had
until this game, until this whole playoff. Seriously.
Oh my!
All right, let's do some shout outs. Yatu Smegma. Hate today. I hate today too, man.
Yep.
Sucks so much.
Yep, no doubt. I was talking so much.
Chris Lopez, welcome, brother. Thanks so much for joining us here. Knicks are playing tight. Bingo, right on. Spacing is off. Rose is putting the team on his back. Trey needs to be slammed to the floor. All of those comments are 100% right on point. That is exactly what has to happen. What's interesting was the refs involved themselves so much in the first quarter.
Yep.
And it was bothering me. And what's interesting is the Knicks were the ones that benefited from the line from it. But I think it also took them out of their rhythm.
Yep.
So it was like it was a weird occurrence. Like you're like, wait a second, what are all these weird calls and creating indecision and hesitancy? But at the same time, most of the calls were on the Hawks, but it just slowed the game down. In fact, the beginning of the game, how many stops? There were the clock issues.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The shot clock, 4 stops for the shot clock in the first minute.
Yeah.
4.
Kai Wang says we have no answer for Trae Young. To a certain extent, I was disappointed in Bullock's effort in this game against him. I thought he did a nice job in game 1, and I thought Randall did a nice job in game 1 against him. Tonight, not so much. But even all that being said, man, they only scored 105 points. We outscored them. We held Atlanta to 19 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
19 points. Unfortunately, they held us to 13 points in the second quarter.
Yep. It's I don't know. It's just Trae Young's becoming one of those players we can only hope to contain him. You can't stop him anymore.
Right.
Because his IQ is just so through the roof, and I hate it. I hate how he plays. I don't like it.
But they have the same problem with Rose.
Yeah, but it's like at the same time, like James Harden, what used to not work for him in the playoffs is getting those foul calls, like those ticky-tack bullshit fouls where, like, they didn't go in the playoffs because they normally let the players play. In this series, for both teams, they haven't let the players play like a normal playoff series. That is going to favor Trae Young.
Yeah.
Over anyone on our team.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, we got a super chat.
Hey, salute, brother. Oh, man.
You got the super chat.
Thank you so much, man. The second quarter did us in. It was all about the second quarter. You know what's crazy is because I throw out these little, like, cause I get like vibes of game flow, and I throw them out. I don't tweet them to the public. I share them with my friends and stuff, and they were like, "Oh man, what are you talking about?" Blah, blah. And then I literally said that the Knicks first unit was going to come out and inflict their pain onto the Hawks, and the exact opposite is what happened.
Yep.
And that gave me such. It was like a knife in the heart, man. Once I saw that happen, I really my feelings of them being able to respond just took a total nosedive. But still, they hung around. They kept hanging around. There were some good shots. I mean, if Burks had hit some of those shots, if like that an RJ, one of those RJ threes had hit, this might have been a different situation going into the fourth.
What I wanted to see is Tibbs to send Julius and RJ a message, like not to disrespect them.
He kind of did,
yeah, but even longer. Like they shouldn't have came back in that game. In my opinion, you put in guys. If that game's over, right, with like 3 minutes left to go, you're down 15. You're not coming back. Atlanta keeps firing on all cylinders. You need to give someone a chance to show their mettle and show that they're not the same player that we thought they were. For example, put Frank in the game. Give him an excuse. Give him an example to show you, okay, this is why he needs minutes. Put Knox in there. Put Peyton back in there. Because Peyton, when his back's against the wall this year, he played tremendously. Like when his back was against the wall, like when Derrick Rose came. When Quickly was trying, they said Quickly should be the starter. They said Rose should be the starter. All that. Like give them at least let them play with some fire in their belly. Because RJ and Barrett and Julius Randle needed to sit this one out and really reflect on what they were doing to their team.
I think you ended up getting that. I think that message, like what you're describing, I think that message was sent to them.
I hope so.
In a way, I think Thibs put them back out on the court to kind of have that really bad taste in their mouth.
Right.
To be on the court when it just all totally, when the death knell happened. I mean, when you're on the bench, you're like, yeah, but when you're out there and you drop this game 105-94 with complete total incompetence on the offensive end, and it's on you, and all the cameras are on you. I think he did that intentionally. He sat them for a very long period because the second unit was kind of, was doing their best.
Obi had a lot of nice plays.
Obi was active. 3 rebounds, 2 of 4. Scored 4 points. He did okay. He missed his 1-3. But here's the thing. We're busting on RJ. Okay, we're busting on RJ, who was 2 of 9, and he deserves all the flaming we're going to give him. But Alec Burks, 2 of 8. Emmanuel Quickly, 2 of 8. Between the two of them, they were 1 of 6 from behind the arc.
Yep. And those are 2 guys that are real 3-point shooters, not like, needed a certain way. Like they can get the shot off anywhere, anytime. Exactly.
We're like Bullock needs to have a screen, or he needs someone to cut and find him open. And same with RJ. RJ, he's had a couple of those step back threes, which I wish he would do more. Actually, I wish he would just do it more. He hits some every once in a while.
I don't like seeing RJ shoot. I'm sorry. I still think it's gonna clank off the side of the backboard.
40% shooter. That's a fucking reality. That's a fact.
I know, but it's still just the way he shoots. I have no confidence in his shot.
Well,
at least in this playoff, I hope so. No, I hope I hope so. It's just.
But the thing is, I mean, well, your point was that Burks and Quickly can get their shots off at any time. They can shoot from anywhere, and they just weren't able to. They seemed hesitant. They didn't take the shots when they had a little. Here's the difference. And I can't remember who was saying it. But there's a difference. Like the Knicks were used to the 3-point looks that they had during the regular season, where they were, once the ball's moving around and Julius is like doing his thing, he's driving and he gets cut off and then he finds the open guy. Okay, that's not happening in the postseason because the defense is going to rotate quicker and close out on those 3-point shooters like Bullock, faster, and Burks and IQ and RJ. They just have to learn how to shoot with a little more pressure on them. They're still open-ish looks. They're not wide open. They're like semi-contested, but they got to take them. Just because they see somebody coming at them doesn't mean, okay, I'm going to beat the guy. No, shoot the fucking 3. It's math. You can't win without shooting the 3. You just can't.
Yeah. And even if you want to, like, if you see the guy coming at you, throw him a pump fake. Let him go by you.
Exactly. Throw a pump fake, step to the side.
Compose yourself, hit the 3.
I don't know how many times I saw Quickly pass up not open-ish threes. Let's put it that way. I think it was at least 3 or 4 times that I saw him do that. Where if he had just like who did what Quickly should have been doing and what he has done in the past was Herder.
Yep.
Herder flung, I think he had 2 really long-range threes that he threw up and they just dropped. They weren't in the flow of the offense or anything. He found himself a good 29 feet away, 30 feet away. And he just let it fly and they hit because no one was contesting him. That's the stuff that we want Quickly to do. But he didn't do it. Passed it up. But at the end of the day, this game was lost in assists. The Hawks had 28 assists and the Knicks had 14.
Yep. No ball movement.
Yeah, and I believe, I may be wrong about this, but I believe that half of the Knicks assists were in the fourth quarter. I will check this. But that's just not, you can't win. You can't win like that without ball movement.
Nope, and they can't keep expecting to get off to these shitty fucking starts and then all of a sudden beating a double-digit deficit in the playoffs. It doesn't fucking happen every game. You can't do that, No. I don't know. We just didn't execute. It comes down that simple.
Sco's in the chat. D-Rose is the only Knick who made more than 3 baskets. Yeah, that's right. That is a shocker, man. Tom Herrera, confidence is shot right now.
How do you get that back? That's so hard to do to get in the playoffs to get your confidence back.
Well, part of what hurts a team's confidence is when the guy that they depend on is not delivering.
Yep.
So if Randall, it's all on Randall's shoulders, really. If Randall just comes out and becomes more efficient and has more intention in his moves, where the thing is he dribbles the ball, he's trying to find a little space, little moment without a real backup plan. He doesn't have a plan B, a plan C for his initial move. He just makes it, and then when he's like sealed off, then he's trying to look for an option. That's not the way you win in the playoffs.
No.
Just ask Kawhi.
Yeah.
Kawhi with the Raptors is, someone should just sit Julius in front of a monitor all day tomorrow and have him watch Kawhi with the Raptors during the playoffs. And that's it. That's how he has to play. That's it. He may not be as finely skilled as Kawhi is, but he has enough of the skills to deliver that kind of game. And he can do it. I thought this was going to be the game where he was going to rise up and do it. So now we're going to look at game 4.
If we keep saying it, speak it into existence, it's got to happen at some fucking point. I just hope it doesn't come when we're down 3-1 and the game's season pretty much over, and he has a solid game 2, and then goes right back to himself in game 6. Like, I hate that shit. Like, we gotta win games 4. It's that simple. We win it, we have a shot. I still don't think we probably won't win the series. I don't think.
Oh, if we win game 4,
we have a shot at least.
We totally can win. We totally can win.
No, I'm not saying we can't. I just don't think we will. My personal opinion anymore. I have no faith. But if we're down 3-1, we don't even have a puncher's chance. We're done. Did you see the ball movement? They look like they're not as talented, obviously, but they look like the way the Golden State Warriors used to play, just popping the ball around, making the right play, peppering everybody with threes. Everybody that comes in the game is hot, it seems. Like, they remind me of the Warriors of 2016, 2015, those teams.
Wow.
Just the way they play.
They'd pop a boner if they heard you say that right now.
I
do not agree. The Warriors, I think the Warriors had 105 points by the third quarter.
No, but I meant like the ball movement. They missed a lot of shots, but I'm saying the ball movement, it reminds me of that. Yeah. It doesn't matter who it was. They're peppering the ball around. They're making the right pass and the right read and the right play. Obviously they're not the Golden State Warriors, so they would have made all the fucking shots. But I'm saying as far as the ball movement goes, they played it a beautiful game moving the ball around.
They did. They totally did. You got to give it to them. They really did. They kept the ball moving, and Trey's, his drives into the paint. He was able to find a lot of lobs, and his floater was going. It really hurt us. John Beckton III, shout out to you, brother. Welcome. You were at the game. Oh, man.
I'm sorry, man.
Thank you for joining. The crowd was chanting overrated. It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Hey, let them shout. Let them shout whatever they want. This is what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's
so how he responds. That's what it's about.
Exactly. How you respond. So we're gonna see. This is creating tremendous drama, because if the Knicks had won today, game 4 would be an afterthought. We'd be like, whatever. Now we have a sensational game. Now, tomorrow night, I was supposed to go to a party tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go to that party, because I don't know if I can get up for 10 a.m. to watch this game all hungover and fucked up. But
that might be the best. You just won't be hungover. Just keep drinking.
I don't know. I'm going to tonight. I think tonight I'm going to party. So I think let's move the party up to after this live stream.
All right, that sounds good, man.
Oh man. All right, let's some more shit. Hey, thanks so much. I appreciate you guys joining in the chat. This was it was brutal, man. I'm so bummed.
Yeah, man.
I'm just bummed by the way we lost. Atlanta, obviously, they're a solid team. I don't agree with this rash, because you are what your record is.
Yep.
Our record is what it is. We're the 4th seed. We beat them 3-0. And still in 2021, we're still up 4-2. Those are just facts. So, we just have to go and take care of business on Sunday. They are not better than us. If we play our game, we win. We've proven it time in and time out. 66.7% of the time, we've proven that.
Yep.
So that's what we just have to do on Sunday. The problem is that there's too much of this going on. Too much noise in Julius Randle's head. I don't understand what the man is thinking. I don't get it. I don't understand his approach to the game. He's not adjusting. He's not responding. He's not rising to the occasion. And he's crippling the entire team. He's putting too much pressure on Derrick Rose. He's exposing RJ for the 20-year-old that he is. He's exposing Reggie Bullock for, the workman-like 3-and-D guy that he's been his entire career. Taj, Taj had his time, but he's older now. Nerlens,
Nerlens played his heart out today, man.
He did.
I got nothing but respect for that man.
Absolutely. In fact, Nerlens' free throws.
Yeah,
is what people say. Oh, without Rose, no. Without Nerlens' Nerlens hit 10 of 12 free throws.
Yep. That's what Julius Randle's numbers should have been from the line.
Exactly. Randle hit his free throws. Yeah, he was 8 of 8, but Randle should have had like 20 free throw attempts.
I mean, but a part of it too is those ticky-tack fouls. Like, you seen when he started to become aggressive and attack the basket, they called a bullshit offensive foul call on him. That's what he's in his own head too about that shit. He says, if I bull my way in there, are they going to call it? You know, like, because they're calling so many soft shit because it's the Atlanta Hawks. They play soft. The league is catering to these soft teams. It's true. I'm not blaming the refs of why we lost. We lost because we sucked. What I'm saying is, you know what I mean. They're catering to these fucking soft teams. Teams like the Knicks are going to be dinosaurs. They're non-existent anymore. We don't have tough teams like that anymore in this league, and it's showing. Like, they don't want that. They want the NBA wants the high-flying, a bunch of threes, you know, fun game to watch instead of that grind it out, slow it down pace that wins games like the old school way.
Yeah.
It's evident, man. All the stupid fucking calls against us.
You know, one of the comments in the chat, Roberto Rivera Jr., his comment was worse. Julius' defense is trash. I don't know what the numbers are. I mean, his defense in game 2 was outstanding.
Analytically all year,
they were 0
top
for 15
power forward defensively in the league.
Yeah, and in game 2, he was he held the opponent to 0 for 15 when he was covering somebody.
Yep.
This game, I don't think so. I think he did make some mistakes. He wasn't as sharp as he was in game 2, but I don't have the numbers on that, so I can't.
The whole
really
team had trouble closing out today on shooters. We got caught watching a lot of wide open threes instead of getting out there putting a hand up.
But partly was because the Hawks didn't have indecision. You know, like, they got the ball, they shot it. Where we can't say that about us.
Yep.
You know, I feel like Quickly could have launched three 3-pointers that he didn't launch. You know, if he had hit one of those, you know, it could have just electrified the team.
Yep.
It's just like, this game is the playoffs.
Momentum.
Yes, it's execution, it's momentum, and all that stuff. But primarily, it's psychological.
Yep. It's a war, man.
It's a war, but those touches around the rim, those little that's just indecision. That's not confidence. It's not determination. Randle, I don't even remember. Did Randle even make one layup tonight?
Nope.
No, in fact, he didn't, because we have the numbers. He shot 2 of 7,
both threes
from behind the arc.
Mm-hmm.
He finished 2 of 15. So he did not make one layup. And then RJ only made 1 2-pointer. So there we go. That's the game right there.
Yep.
We can just wrap this up. That was the game.
Yep. I mean,
that was it.
It's that simple. We didn't execute. We didn't make our shots. I mean, it's the same thing as game 1. It just, game 1, we stayed in it. I don't even know how we stayed in it, to be honest with you, but we stayed in it. Sorry, my dog's biting me. He's mad about the Knicks too. But
he's allowed to do it.
Yeah, it's that simple. I mean, we could talk about it at length, but it's that simple. We didn't make our shots, and if I'm Tibbs, I'm honestly not giving them a day off tomorrow, but I'm not working them to death. I'm trying to freshen them up.
Oh my God. Okay. I thought you were going to say, I was going to say the exact opposite. I was going to say, I think they should just go out for a nice dinner together, all hang out together. Like, they should rent out, like a great restaurant. They have some great food in Atlanta.
Yes.
Just rent out a great restaurant. Just have fun. Look, let's just pause on just for a second. Let's pause on the pain and the disappointment of tonight's game, and just reflect on the season. The fact that we're even here is a fantastic thing, and these guys should take a pause, take a moment, and, you know, enjoy each other. They have earned this. They should just go out and relax, spend some time together, get that camaraderie back, get that trust back. And you know what? During that dinner, they'll start talking to each other more. They'll relax, and they'll come up. Who knows? They may come up with some interesting approaches to how to respond to what happened tonight. but getting out there and like working them to death and putting all that pressure on them, that's not going to work.
Yeah, and if
you hear what I'm saying to you, Thibs? Tom Thibodeau. Just take him. Tom Thibodeau, you're an amazing, brilliant coach. There's no doubt about that. That you might actually be probably one of the three most brilliant basketball minds working in the NBA today. But there's a human element to this, and you know it. I think you just gotta ease back a little. Your main two guys, they're feeling too much burden, too much pressure. They're not responding. You have to kind of open up the valve, let that pressure leave. Just enjoy each other. And then, you know what? Maybe you have a light shoot around tomorrow and you have a nice dinner on Saturday. And then Sunday you come out and blow the Hawks out.
You read my mind. I was going to say, have a nice walkthrough, maybe some film.
Yeah, some film, but all chill.
And then go out. Chill. Yes, because if you remember the year the Spurs beat the LeBron-led Heat, they were down. I think it was 1 or 2 zip, and Popovich took them out. And that's a team that was together for God, how long time. They knew each other. They had chemistry, playoff tested, and they went out to a team dinner and said, listen, if this is the end, of this run, and they just reflected, and they had a lot of good memories and good times, and look what it did. They won the series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's exactly what they need to do. And just get their confidence up. Be like, if I'm talking to Julius Tibbs, like, look, we're down 2-1. We're not supposed to be here. We're playing with house money. You have nothing to lose. Go out there and shoot the ball. Go out there, play your game. Play your game, Julius. Play your game, RJ. All 15 of you, play your game.
Yes, absolutely. But I think just to take that a little further is enjoy playing it. Just relax. Just enjoy each other. Have fun out there. Because, we all know. Obviously, I mean, I would assume that the majority of us that are fans have all played ball at some point. And we know how much fun it is. I mean, there's, it's, I mean, basketball and tennis, my two favorite sports by far to actually play. It's sensational, and it's such a great joy. And I think they're lacking that joy. They just need to recapture that. And it's something that can easily happen because these guys are pros. They've been doing it their whole life. We just need to take a step back from it. The players do. Jesse Rodriguez, welcome, brother.
Welcome. And to that, also, like football, baseball is my favorite. Then basketball and football are a tie.
Yeah, I love baseball too.
But my thing is, and you know this as well as I do, especially in football, but in all sports, there's nothing more dangerous than a team with nothing to lose.
Yeah,
and the Knicks really have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Go out there, backs against the wall, and fight. I think that's what this team likes. I think they need to have their backs against the wall. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
They're like the cardiac Knicks.
Yeah, we absolutely. Look, there was a moment there. I can't remember where it was because at some point, when you're so like into the game, but at some point deep in the second half, it could have been towards the end of the third or the beginning of the fourth. The Knicks actually were still in it. We were only down 12 at one point. I think we were down 12 in the fourth. If that's
multiple different times we cut it to 12, 11, 13. We're right there. We're right there.
Exactly. So that just, I mean, we were right there. And so but they were just too tense. They were too tense. The shots weren't dropping. I mean, Randall, he shorted at least 3 shots in the first half. There's hit the front rim. Like when I can't even recall Randall doing that in a game during the regular season more than once in a game.
Because he's fading away too fucking much. He needs to actually face up and get into the man, look for a foul call, and just to be straight up with it. If he was straight up instead of fading away every goddamn shot, half of his shots would have fell tonight. Look how many times they hit the rim, front, rimming out. If he just, instead of fading away, go straight up. Like half of those guys you were shooting against, they're shorter than you. Go straight up, go strong, make the basket. It's
Oh
simple for
man,
him. I can't say it's simple because for like you and I to go out there and shoot against the Atlanta Hawks double team, it's not an easy thing to do. But
no,
for
it's not.
Julius Randle and what we've seen out of him, it's simple. Go up straight, make the shot.
And we had them in foul trouble. Collins had 4, Bogdanovich had 4, and Gallinari had 4. So 3 of their like major key pieces of their team were somewhat in foul trouble. If like you were saying, if Randall had kept putting that pressure on them, but not just him, RJ should have done it too.
Yep.
Unfortunately, what a disappointment, man.
It's just, but also keep in mind, it feels good to be disappointed in the playoffs and not disappointed by game 15 of the regular season.
Absolutely.
Let's keep that in mind, man. We're actually bitching about a playoff game, a playoff series.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I mean, I hate it. I hate to look that way because there's no such thing as participation trophies. But to be in the playoffs, man, it's a far cry from where we were the last 8 years, 7 years, whatever it is.
Absolutely. No. Yes, absolutely. The only thing is, Cinderella, when she finally got to the ball, she wasn't like just happy to be there.
Right. No, I'm not saying they should be.
She was gonna nail the prince.
Right. Well, as fans, we got to be okay to be there, but the players got to want to fuck that prince. It's pretty much the players and the coach. They got to want to fuck that prince. But we should also remember that this is a magical season. This was a great year, and it's not over yet. As much as I am pessimistic because I'm a Michigan fan in college sports, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan in football, I'm a Yankees fan in baseball, so I'm really pessimistic. I normally get my heart broken this time so I'm pessimistic, but still, we have a puncher's chance. And that's all I ask. If I would have told you to start this season that we'd have a puncher's chance in the first round to win and go to the second round, we'd be happy. We'd take that all day.
Absolutely. And come on, let's just even to like drill down deeper. We have much more than a punter's chance. We're only down 2-1. We're only down 2-1, and we have game 5 at the Garden. And I know that definitely one of the negatives of our crowd is that the MSG crowd is so influential on what's happening on the actual hardwood floor that when you go to the next arena, it really is it's different. It's almost like it's almost like you're playing 4-on-5. It feels like that for the players because that crowd creates such momentum, and that switch that they turned in the third quarter in game 2, that was fueled by the crowd at MSG
and Obi Toppin's performance by the crowd.
But that's the same thing. Obi Toppin, and it gives you that momentum. It gives you that extra lift in your wings to just kind of just flow it through. And it wasn't there for them here, but it only takes a game. It only takes one game to adjust to that. They're going to come out. They're going to understand the scenario. They're going to come out on Sunday. They're going to block out the crowd. They're going to take care of business. Hopefully they will do what we're talking about, which is have some camaraderie time, with bonding time. They're going to come out because we have to have it's really primarily for Julius, because even though Burks was 2 of 8 and IQ was 2 of 8, and RJ, he, like the diaper thing, if Randall delivers his game, it relaxes everybody. He has taken 54 shots in this series, and he's missed 41 of those. He's only 24.1% in overall. How are we going to win with our number one hitting 24% of our shots? So he's the key. But at the same time, Thibs has to make his life easier.
Also, it's related to the Knicks, but Militant Youth Sound brought it up in the chat. Do you have a Twitter? Did you see what Elfrid Payton's mom was tweeting out?
No.
I didn't either because I don't have a Twitter. But if you do, or if the chat could help us out and give us what they were saying, apparently she was sounding off on the Knicks for not playing EP or for something. Apparently she was going off like hardcore about her son not playing.
Yeah, well, of course, that's what a mom's supposed to do. Jesse Rodriguez, I'm gonna shout this out. I keep forgetting. This is my second time using StreamYard, so I forget that I can put comments up. Right. I'll put more comments up, guys. Sorry about that. I like my idea better, George. Go to Magic City and get my knob shined. Come back so relax. It's not even funny. Hey, whatever it takes. Whatever
what better way to relax Julius Randle?
Yeah,
he's married. Yeah. That's the thing. That might not relax him.
Get the missus down there. I'm sure she must be down there. So someone go there and like babysit the kid for a little while. Let Julius have some time with the missus.
That's the thing though with Julius, and what relaxes him the most, if you follow him off the court, is his son. Like last year, when he was having those problems, like in the interview when people were getting on him or he was not getting foul calls or whatever, the assistant coach, I forget which one it was, but would scream out his son's name and it would calm him down. Maybe he needs a Father-Son Day tomorrow. Something that simple. Just relax.
Whatever it is.
Take basketball off his mind and just relax.
Yeah.
Go out, have a good day with your son, man. Sometimes that's all the clarity I need just to get through regular day life, which you know as well as I can be more stressful than a playoff series. Some things happen in life.
Absolutely.
You need some family time, get away, whatever it takes. I mean, knob shining, sun time, whatever it means, whatever it takes.
Hey, look, you can't underestimate the value of a good shiny knob.
Oh man,
you can't underestimate that. Look, I know, and I've gone in on Monday after a nice weekend. Being well polished. I'm sharp as fuck.
Oh man, this is fun. This is what I needed after a terrible game. This is fun.
Here we go.
Everybody, make sure you like and subscribe to Into the Knicks-Verse. When you hit
thumbs
the likes
up, guys.
Under the door.
Give the thumbs up. I know everyone who's here in the chat are they're part of the regulars. They're part of the hub. Yeah, of course. But right, cool. Thumbs up and everything. And if you are new, subscribe and turn the bell on and all that jazz. It'd be awesome. Well,
this is.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't even know. Guys. Like this is, man. As Ron would say, man.
Yeah, order your hats. Thanks, Jesse. Oh, bro.
I don't even know.
Welcome, big task. It's good to see you, man. We have Militant You the Sound. Is that how you say that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Awesome. Welcome, brother. Who else is here? Francis Abogado. Welcome to you, man. Thanks for joining once again. Very much appreciated. Let's see here. Sco 6 Trey. I love all your comments and everything, man. They're so in depth. If you guys want to, you guys should check out his comments in the comment section on some of my videos.
Someone just brought up a great point too. A Zoom call with Calipari. Bring Calipari to practice. Calm some of these Kentucky cats down.
That's a great one, Roberto. That's a great one. Yeah, we need a little bit of a jolt here, and it's part of what the thinking was that they need to have a chill time together, a camaraderie time, kind of change it up. So hopefully that's in the works. Hey, look, Thibs knows what he's doing. He does. We have a flawed squad. It's just the reality of it, guys. This team was not supposed to be here. Vegas. The prognosticators in Vegas are some of the most brilliant analysts that are in the entire world. And when they picked this team to be 22.5, they, it's not like they were, smoking weed and like fucked up when they said, let's just put the Knicks at 22.5. No, that was pure analysis. Now there's been some things that have changed. They could not have foreseen Julius making the huge leap that he made in year 6 of his career, because very few people ever do that. Usually by year 3. Usually people do this leap that he did in year 3. So he's doing it in year 6. So that's unusual. RJ was one of the most inefficient starters in the entire NBA last season. And look what he's done this season. He finished 40% from behind the arc, averaged 18 points a game. Very, and he's a playmaker. His defense is fairly out. I mean, his defense for a 20-year-old kid, outstanding. It just there were a lot of things that happened, and this team acquired Derrick Rose. Who would have thought that he still would have this much in the tank? So there were a lot of things that happened unexpectedly, but at the same time, we here. So now you have to act like you're here for game 4.
Yeah,
game 4, and no, he third in MIP. No, he won MIP. Roberto.
Yep.
Who are you talking about? Are you talking about somebody else?
Yeah. Also third team All NBA.
Yeah. Mashup squad. You're right. This is a mashup squad. So we're and some people can say, hey, we've overachieved. But you know what? It's irrelevant at this point.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant.
Yep. No doubt.
All right, man. Well, I was hoping that unfortunately JD is still battling like a stomach flu of sorts. So I was hoping he could join us.
You sure he's not just crying like I was?
Oh, I'm sure he's crying. I'm sure JD's crying. They're all Let's see. He's been texting me here left and right. But all right, we're gonna wrap this up because I got to go out and get my knob shined. No, I'm kidding. But I'm definitely gonna have some grieving over some whiskey.
Yeah.
And I suggest whatever helps you guys get through the night, embrace it. We're still in a good position because we took care of business on game 2. Can you imagine if we had lost game 2?
No.
Where we'd be right now?
Yeah. Yep.
Get in there, George. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you. I appreciate that. John Beckton says Julius can turn this series around with 30 and 10, and absolutely, that's that's how it works sometimes. If Julius comes out, in fact, I want to show this here. If Julius comes out on Sunday and plays his regular game, we win. That's it. We win. That's all he needs to do.
Yep.
And I'm not asking him to even, okay, 30-10 is kind of, but if he did 25-10, we win. And what did he score tonight? 10 or 15? 14. So there you go. That's it. If he scores 25, game's tied. But think about psychologically how that cascades and affects everybody else on the court who's with him. They just all relax. Bullock gets more open looks. RJ's looks are better quality looks. We win this game.
Yeah. Also, if he just averaged his season averages, we'd be up 3-0 right now. 3-0.
Yeah. This series, I know right now we're disappointed and heartbroken and angered and all that stuff, but we could be easily. This was a loss. Tonight was a total loss. But game 1, we had that game. We could have won. So we could be down 2-1 going into Sunday. Instead, it's a reverse. We could be up 2-1. Instead, we're down 1-2. But we just have to take care of business on Sunday. That's just the bottom line. And we will. Call Mike Tyson. I love that.
They've at least put Alfred out there to bitch slap Trae Young a few times.
Hey, Alfred might get some burn in the second unit. I'm surprised we didn't see any Frank at all. It seemed like I do have to say that it did seem like Thibs got caught by surprise a little bit. I don't think he expected the Knicks to be as incompetent as we were on the offensive end. And it's not like, you're not going to bring in Frank for offense.
Yep. No, if you are, you're screwed.
Exactly. So, that's just, thing is, it's the law of averages. And I just don't see it happening on Sunday. And even if we did lose on Sunday, we still have Game 5 at the Garden. And I've seen miracle shit happen.
Plenty of times now, people come back after 3-1. I just don't.
Absolutely.
Because don't see it happening.
But these two teams are so equally matched that if one just starts clicking, because I can't even say that the Hawks have played really well.
Yeah.
And they're barely up 2-1.
Uh-huh.
So that'll tell you. I mean, that right there, that's an indicator that there's a lot of room for the Knicks to recover and take control of this series. And I believe we will. We're gonna sign off pretty soon. Zach, you want to tell people where they can find you and talk about your channel?
Oh, I appreciate it, man. But myself, 3 of my co-hosts, Spree, Heck, Project Nerd, Heck HQ, and Lawrence Mayberry, the artist, also known as Worldwide L. We have a show called For the Love of the Game. 4, the number 4, and then OUR, and then the Love of the Game. So like 4 hour, the Love of the Game podcast. We talk about all sports, mostly Knicks right now because of the playoff push, and we're all Knicks fans. But we talk about football, baseball, boxing, all of basketball. We talk about everything. We've had great guests. We've had J.J. Moore, who's a forward for the Westchester Knicks. We've had former St. John's captain Sharif Fordham. We've had former ESPN personality Robin Lundberg, who was Stephen A. Smith's producer at one point.
That was great. I saw that.
His own show. We've had all sorts of Mean Joe Green, former professional boxer, 2-time Gold Glove champ. We have a lot of good guys come on. We will have, if anybody, you watch Godfather of Harlem, George? You ever watch?
I have not. I want to watch that.
We're having the executive producer, the creator of the show, come on the show here soon, Marquand Smith.
Oh, awesome.
So we're gonna have a lot of different things, man. We're gonna have a lot. We always bring a lot of guests. We're normally a weekend show. Sunday, come by. We'll do a watch along. I'm sure George will be there, if he can be. And
yeah, I will.
It's fun. It's always fun.
When is it? When is it?
We go crazy. Sunday. We're probably gonna go on at 12. Noon.
Okay.
And then get ready for the 1 o'clock game. Get our frustrations out from this game. But it'll be a lot. It'll be a lot of fun. You like and subscribe if you want to, if you like the content. If not, it's all right. But just
cool.
Thanks for having me on, man.
It's a great group. Hey, thanks for joining, man. I appreciate it. Let's see. We're gonna get this. We're coming back home tied 2-2.
Oh, someone just said Jeremy Lin.
Someone always throws it out. Yeah, Roberto. Thanks for that. Sasha Cohen. I'd rather have Sasha Cohen play on this team.
Sasha Vujicic.
Hey, isn't Sasha Cohen even taller than Jeremy Lin?
Right, plays better defense.
Oh man, remember that time though? That Lin sanity was pretty fantastic though.
Yeah, yep. Yeah,
that's solid. But we need a moment like this. When is this going to happen? We need another moment like this.
We need what Frank did to Vucevic this year in the regular season.
Oh yeah,
Frank posted.
That's what I love about Frank. Frank has got moxie. He likes to take it to
once a year. He likes
once
to
a year.
Somebody.
Hey, that's more than we've seen from some other guys.
Yeah.
But all right, hey,
thanks for having me on.
Maintain the positivity. This was a terrible, terrible defeat. But at the end of the day, when you really break this game down, it was lost in the second quarter by the first unit. When they came back in, they didn't rise to the challenge. And props to the Hawks for taking care of business. And then once they took the lead, they held on to it. They clawed, they dug their nails into it. They wouldn't give it back, even though they did lose the second half, 50-47. They held on to the win.
Yep.
So it's our turn to respond, and we're going to do it in Atlanta Sunday morning for me, 10 a.m. So I'm going to have to wake up early to watch your thing.
Oh, all right, man.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
But if I go to that party tomorrow night, we'll see.
You might come in with 5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, I may have, who knows? I may be wearing this.
You might be wearing the same.
I may leave right now and not come back till Sunday. Who knows?
Shiny, shiny, shiny. Now,
yeah, that's right. I'll be shiny.
All right, man.
Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate you guys joining in the chat. Love you guys. Love all the feedback and everything. It's we have a great community. We have great fans. And it's what makes this whole experience really special. Really appreciate it. Take care, guys.